Welcome back to another episode of the Mona Radio. We have some new people on the podcast today, someone we haven't had before, and I'm glad that we have two females. It's been a little while since we had some of the women from the gym on, and today we have Syl.
Hello.
And Kel on.
Hey guys.
Thanks so much for coming on.
No problem.
And to no surprise, we're going to talk a bit about Torian and the competition that you both went up to, but that Sylvia competed in.
Mm-hmm.
But before we kick off with that, I have quite a broad question to start with. And we're going to begin with you, Syl.
Okay.
At what stage and what time did you decide you wanted to compete at the Torian? This might be a long answer, and that's totally fine.
Okay, I don't know. I think it all started with the Open this year, right? So we had 3 weeks, 3 workouts. So I think everyone was relieved to hear that, it's not 5. And I'm like, yeah, okay, good. And I turned 50 this year, so I entered a new Masters age category. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, okay,
got this.
I can do this. 3 weeks, my body can handle it, like any other year. And with lockdown and no traveling, I traditionally travel over Christmas. So usually I come back from like 5 weeks of skiing or something, and then I have 2 weeks to try and prepare and go, the Open starts, and you got 5 weeks, right, to get going. So this year that didn't happen. So it was good. We trained all the way through, and I felt good through the Open, and then did reasonably well. Like 3 workouts. There was no wall balls, no rowing, in any of the things. I was like, this is my bag, right?
Perfect for us short people.
Yeah. And then so at the end of the Open, I think I finished 2nd or 3rd. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the final standing was. And then they're like, oh, you actually get invited to Torian.
Who told you that?
I'm not sure.
Was it Sean or?
I don't know if it was Sean or if it was advertised or someone had when they were talking about the different semifinals and.
Oh, so you kept a little eye on it.
Well, in CrossFit in general, they're talking about how they're doing things differently this year. Like you have not semifinals or not regionals
not
anymore. Sanctionals,
yeah.
all those, and then
it was so confusing.
Yeah, so confusing.
and then it also came out from Torian, I guess the organizers of the event, saying, "Oh, we're going to have a community kind of based event for Masters as well. We're going to invite
Masters, teens.
Yeah. You can invite. We're going to invite the top 5 of each Masters category, or 10, or whatever it was. Then, so that's how.
And that was in Oceania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then.
So you had a little eye on it right from the Open.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, okay. And then the invite came, and I was like, oh, what am I going to do now? Because I remember I watched the last Torian. You went. You've competed at Torian, or did you go up to it?
I haven't been to Torian at all, actually.
Okay.
But I've followed it. It looks like an awesome event.
Yeah. I think I followed it in the past, like when Haza and them were doing it, and they were like swimming and running, and I was and I went, I don't know if I want to do this. Right?
Yeah.
So I actually, when the invite came, I was like, oh, what kind of workouts
are
they going to be? Because I was a bit like, I was a little bit worried. I was like, oh, I don't know. I can swim. Not a big fan of running.
Yeah.
And
okay, let's jump back a little bit though. So we did the 3 weeks Open, and I think both of you got through to the next stage. Did you? Or
No, I didn't do the Open this year.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
yes, I didn't do the Open.
Yeah.
So but were you egging her on for Syl to get on, or
a little bit? Well, I was just like, oh, do I do it? And then I was like, oh, I got invited. So I was like, oh, how often does this happen?
Yeah.
And then Sean's like, if you get invited, you definitely should go.
Yeah.
He told you that? Yeah, that's awesome. Well, it's so true. Especially with everything that's been going on.
Yeah.
It's like, and for the event to go ahead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And at that point, he goes, it might not even happen. Still when it was still early days, he goes, who knows what's going to happen? And I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm 50. I got through. Is this ever going to happen again?
Once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm all in. Okay, so I just said, fine, I'm going to go. I asked them, I said, oh, what kind of workouts are they going to be? A little bit worried.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, they'll be open style.
Okay, yeah, CrossFit basically.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, sure, I can handle that. Okay, done. So I just signed up for it, and that's how it all went.
That was before the online qualifier
Yeah.
workouts came out.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Sorry. So you qualified through the normal Open.
Yes.
So the actual Masters online qualifier thing didn't really matter for Torian, did it?
No, it didn't.
That's right, because that's why, some of the other boys didn't qualify, but they did. Yeah. Okay. So, and when did you two decide to make it like a girls' trip, I guess, and go up there?
Well, I was like, did I sign up first?
Yeah, you signed up first, and then I was like, oh, Jeff will go up with you, and then we were having coffee one morning, and she said, look, Jeff can't go because he's got to, ship the kids around to different sporting activities.
Yeah.
And then I was sitting there going, I'd love to go and watch you. Let me just.
That's awesome.
I'm going to go home and just clear it with my household. and rang my husband and said, I'm just letting you know I'm going to Brisbane.
So good. Originally I was going to go on my own, and
Oh wow, yeah.
it would have
Okay.
been completely different.
So different.
So
That would-
like
different.
not nearly as fun. I think. Like
Yeah.
it was so like it was like too much. A relief that it was
Yeah.
awesome that Kelly came. Yeah.
And Kelly, have you been to events before, like big events before?
Yeah, we've gone
To
down and
regionals?
watched the regionals.
Yeah.
We went down to, when they were at Homebush, we went out to the Homebush
Yeah.
one and just watched that and just, got caught up in all the atmosphere that they have.
It's amazing.
and-
But then you probably just stayed at home, didn't you? Like you.
Yeah, it was at Homebush, so
Yeah,
we only
so
went
it's
out for the
easy.
day. We didn't go
Yeah.
out for 4 days.
Yeah.
Bit
Bit different when you go away, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So
Awesome.
it was great. We just then it was once I said yes, let's go. It was like right, let's get flights, let's get accommodation, let's
Yeah.
work out how the kids are going to survive.
And let's cross fingers for no
Yeah.
restrictions or anything like that.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
was good.
So before, Cal, I want to ask you this.
Yes.
Besides Syl obviously competing up there,
Yes.
what were you most excited about?
Having
Who
4
did you
days
wanna
away.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we also used it as my sister's just moved up to Brisbane, so we sort of had an opportunity to catch up with her. She has also done CrossFit before,
Okay.
and knows Syl, so she actually came down and watched her on one of the afternoons.
Oh, awesome.
Well, actually didn't get to see any of her events, but came in and got involved in the atmosphere as well. And
Yeah.
then we got to catch up with her. So able to kill two birds with one stone.
That's awesome.
Seeing her and
Yeah.
then also spending the time away with Syl.
Yeah. And especially, I guess we haven't traveled a lot at all, so you might not have been up there for a while, hey? So
Haven't
good.
been. Yep,
Yeah.
haven't seen her. So
That's incredible.
yeah, it was good.
And did you get like a coach's pass from Syl, or did they do any of that stuff?
No,
behind
there
the
wasn't.
scenes
There wasn't. It
access,
was
or-
only for the elite, like
Okay.
And that was more where for the coaches pass, Sato gave you access underneath the stadium, where Syl's warm up areas and everything, all her events were outside. So
Oh, you didn't do any events in the stadium, hey?
No.
Ah,
No.
that's a little bit of a shame. At least the final would have been fun.
But
get
at the
you
same
in there.
time, the outside was set up really well as well. So
Yeah.
like they had some of the elite teams, like they
had
the
there's so many different
teams and stuff like that out
categories
there.
that they had there.
Yep.
Emerging teams, pro-am teams, masters teams.
Teens
There were
teams.
Did they do masters teams as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They had them
Wow.
all, and then
Okay.
we had our own separate warm up area to like the con porters and all
Yeah,
that kind of. And they were
okay.
like underneath,
In the
so you
stadium.
didn't need the coaches pass. Like anyway.
So you just got
I
access
was-
anyway.
Yeah,
it was in there anyway.
Yeah.
What was the atmosphere like back there in the warm-up area with your group, like with the athletes you competed with?
Yeah, I think it's varying. Some were like quite, lighthearted, and some were very serious. Like there were.
Really?
Yeah, so when we first got there, I think we went with a very open kind of, well, I got here this way. I'm not going to change anything, right?
Yeah.
And I'll just kind of do my best. But then there's some and it's nothing wrong with it. They're just trained and very serious people.
Yeah.
They had an awesome tent where you had free treatment. And I remember when the ladies came out, she was like, it's all free, the treatment, so she's in there getting strapped and massaged and everything.
She actually had every part of
Yeah,
her body
it-
strapped
it
at one
was-
stage.
It was so funny. She was like, it's so free. Yeah.
But these are women who were so Syl's category is the 50 to 54 category.
Yeah.
Had people
These
older.
women were 60 and 65 plus. So
Oh, wow.
And
they
some-
were,
yeah.
they were amazing
Yeah.
just to be able to do the workload and the skills that were required for that.
Yeah, and especially even being an athlete at that age, right?
Yeah.
It's so fun because you get treated a little bit different. You get out on the floor and compete.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's-
it was eye opening. I didn't
Yeah.
expect it. Like, it definitely changed my outlook on like competing wise.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you kind of go, why are you going to compete unless you're going to win? Like I've always been very competitive. Like, why just go? But then I think from that experience, I was like, oh, it doesn't. Not that it doesn't matter,
Yeah,
but it's not about that.
it's not everything,
right?
right?
And
Yeah.
so many
Mm.
people were just so, and just watching other people compete. That message kind of sends you, and you
Yeah.
kind of go, "Oh yeah, that's why,"
Yeah, like you said, I'm sure there's people that take it very seriously and treat it like like a serious sport.
yeah,
But then there's also a group that's, take it a bit more lighthearted and it's almost more about the community feel. And I think
Yeah.
that's one of the best things about this sport is that the community aspect of it is huge.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go through some of the events that you did on the weekend because I think going in you were a bit nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah. But tell us about how kind of your expectations were going in, and Cal, maybe how Syl was behaving, and then into the very first event.
Well, we know they released the events slowly,
Yep.
during the week before we went, and
But the
the first event they released, and I was saying before that I didn't want to do any running, and they said, "Well, it's open-based workout. So I thought,
No running.
Shouldn't be
No
running.
running,
It'd be
yeah.
awesome bike, you know.
No swimming. Yeah.
So the first workout they released, it's called reverse triathlon, right? And I was like, oh no, what have I signed up for? It's like a 2K run
on the air runner.
on the air runner, 3K bike
On the Concept 2 bike.
Yeah, the air bike, and then a 1K row or something.
Yeah.
And the run is first, and I was like,
Never used.
I was just going to say, have you ever been on the runner?
Never
No.
used an assault runner.
yeah.
So first time in the warm-up area?
No.
No, so
Oh,
No.
oh, they had them in the
They had them in the warm.
Yeah.
They had one.
Oh, so everyone's sharing
So,
one.
yeah. So-
one assault runner.
yeah. So
Wow.
there were a few others that had never run on it before, so not so bad. But I remember the week leading up, spoke to Sean. I said, maybe I'll just go run on a treadmill. He goes, no, it's not a treadmill. He goes, if you can find one, go
Yeah.
run on one. And Luke was like, oh, I've got one in botany, and I was like,
Mm.
I don't want to go to botany.
So you ended up not going?
No, so
No,
Kel, yeah.
I had a contact that had a gym that had 2 assault runners.
Oh, wow.
So we flew out on the Thursday. So the Friday before, we turned up at 1:30 to use 2 assault runners.
in Brisbane?
No.
Just
This
here in
is
Sydney.
just here in Sydney.
Oh, okay.
So the Friday before
The week before, yeah.
that we were flying
Oh,
out,
wow.
we turned up to my friend's gym and was like, okay, here's an assault runner. And we got on and we looked around and
Anyone show you how they work type of thing? Or not?
No,
Just get on?
no. Got on. Kel ran like a little bit, and then she was like, "Oh my god!"
Did you start sprinting like straight away?
get on. And I was like, oh, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we walked for a little bit and then we were like, well, come on, we've got to do 2K at least. So we
Yeah.
at least know we can do it. So we got on and we ran. I was like, oh, this is a bit harder than we think.
Yeah. I ran 1K.
1K.
I walked 500 meters. And
That's probably a good idea, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
and then I
Oh, awesome.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
we did a bit of a 200-meter run, 100-meter walk, 200-meter run
just to get
finish.
the
Awesome.
pace going. Like
Yeah.
just to feel, yeah.
Tick 2K done.
I think you guys did well then. We're doing that. That's.
So I was like, okay, I've been on one. I know what it feels like.
Mm.
I don't know how I'm gonna go, but at least I've been on one. I'm not gonna run on and just like
fall off or
fall.
anything like
I
that.
had this vision of spinning and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
actually, let's explain to the members of the gym because we obviously don't have one here at the gym either. So the Salt Runner looks like a treadmill, but it's curved,
Yeah.
kind of
Yep.
like a little wave,
Yep.
and there's no engine spinning the band
Yeah.
that you run on around. You have to propel it yourself.
Yeah.
And it's hard in the beginning, I think, the first time you get on it, to control your pace.
Yes.
Because if you start and you increase your pace, it's very hard to slow it back down
yeah,
because it just keeps spinning. So I think you guys did well then, running and walking and running and walking. Yeah.
Yeah, just to
And
get-
were you sore after it?
No.
Oh, that's good. Awesome.
That was
Yeah.
it was good. It was. I mean, I did my 2K before the Torian. I did my 2K at the Torian, and now I'm
4K, so you're done.
no more.
And where were you sitting roughly at Torian during the event when you came off the assault runner?
That was like the second day.
Yeah.
I think I came off last.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, day 2 wasn't the best day.
For me, yeah.
For you,
So
yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was the first event.
No, that was the
No,
first released
Announced
announcement, and then I was
Okay.
like, so that was.
We're jumping
very-
around a little bit
yeah,
here.
So yeah,
That's
sorry.
but that's
Yeah.
where we're like, oh gosh, what has she signed up for?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Like I went and bought a pair of running shoes too, because I don't usually run. And
Yeah.
I said, oh, I'll just buy some actual joggers to
So you had new shoes as well?
new shoes. So yeah, we worked out. I was like, for that wad, it was like a $10 a minute shoe or something.
Wait, what shoes did you get?
I just got a pair of New Balance, like proper
Runners.
runners,
Yeah.
like stability shoe running thing. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Wow. Hey, I mean, while we're at that event, and you kind of just mentioned that you came off last off the runner, because I remember you talking about this when you came back. Let's just maybe finish that event because you got on the bike next.
Yeah, I got on the bike.
Obviously, you were last getting on the bike,
Yeah.
and you had a couple of. And that's
then-
a different bike as well. It's more like a normal
It's like more like a spin bike.
spin bike. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was okay, but I just because
Again,
I
never used one though.
never so we
Yeah.
were YouTubing how to set
Set
up
it
the
up.
handlebars
Yeah.
and the thing because there's 3 adjustments, and then there's also a flywheel that with the damper, like
Like
on
on
a
the
roller.
rower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was no expectation to get to the rower based on our efforts.
Oh, you didn't even think you were going to get to the
Didn't
rower.
even
Yeah,
think she'd
because I
get
was
to the
like, I
rower.
I don't know how long it's going to take me to run because when we
'Cause there was
practicing-
a 22-minute cap for that event, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you did get on the rower.
Oh yeah, I got
Yeah.
on the rower, and then no one finished. Everyone was on the rower at the end,
Yeah.
and no one finished in my in our heat
In
kind
your
of
heat,
thing.
yeah.
So that was good. And then I think at the end I was like, oh, if I'd rode, I think I came
40
in
more
5th.
meters?
Yeah, 40 or 60 more meters.
Yeah.
I would have come in 4th in that workout. Like, cause
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
remember you
oh,
said
yeah.
that.
I was
Yeah,
like,
it was
oh, I
like-
didn't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was
40, 60 meters.
It's
That's
nothing.
5 pulls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So I was like, I could have. Yeah, I could have made that up had I known, but I just didn't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all good.
All right, let's go back to the very first event, though.
Yep.
You getting ready and warming up, and what's the event?
Event 1, Amanda 21, 975, chest to bar and snatches.
Yep. And snatches at
They're 75 pounds.
Yeah.
So not like for me, it was fine.
pretty good event
Yeah,
for
and
you,
I was
right?
like, it's a good way to start.
Yeah.
8 minute cap. I think I did it in 2:45 or something.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
How long? I'm curious what happened in the warm up area. How good were you at warming up back there?
Oh.
I was like, I said to her, I'm like, Syl, do you want to try a chest bar? And she's like, oh no.
Yeah.
I'll be right.
Yeah, I'll be okay.
So let's just say, yeah, there was people, with the elastic bands doing all their rehab work before they start, and there's Syl just walking around.
What did you do?
I did warm up a little bit. Like I warmed up the snatch, but yeah, generally, yeah, I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it was
okay.
quite nice, because right now when we're recording this, we're in the gym and it's quite cold because it's winter. But up there during the event, it was nice and
Yeah, it
warm,
was
right?
warm,
So
yeah.
at least you.
Yeah. I didn't not warm up, but I probably didn't have like a full blown up warm up.
Yeah.
But some of the other ones, I think I warmed up a little bit more.
Yeah.
It was the first one. You're sort of just finding your feet
Yeah.
day one.
Yeah, I think it was more nerves and just looking around, finding out who the other people were, and going, oh, what lane I'm. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
marshalling, there's a whole bunch of stuff, and then you warm up, and then you got to sit in a marshalling, so you kind of cool down anyway. Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah.
That's always really difficult to manage. Did you know any girls in your heat?
No, I didn't know.
No
I knew
one.
the
So-
names. I saw the names, and then while we were there, I did see quite a few people that I'd recognize either through other masters comps or from previous, like just around kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we saw Harriet and Hazza and Luke and some of the people that we used to train with from the other
Yeah,
gyms.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but
Yeah.
I
Some
didn't know
familiar
anyone.
faces.
I didn't know
Yeah.
anyone that I was competing against, like in my.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But at
category.
the end of the weekend, I would say became
Yeah.
very close to in knowing them, and there was
Mm.
for
Yeah.
five women in her age category
Yep.
that she competed with. So on the floor they had I think they had 10 or 8 in your heat where they combined the 50s up to the 60s.
Yeah. So 2 age categories.
Two age
in one heat,
categories
yeah.
in one heat. So
But
Yeah,
yeah,
awesome.
some very impressive and very fit people.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the end of the weekend we were trying to figure out where all these people came from or what they did, and then we started looking them up and going, oh, what? And then they, two of them have been invited to, like, that I was competing at, are going to have been invited to the games this year.
Yeah.
And then the other two had been to the games previously, either as part of a team or as an individual or both.
Oh, it's team as well.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. A few years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
pretty
I'm in.
impressive.
Like I was like, oh, I'm in. This is. I didn't know what kind of.
Yeah.
people
What
I was,
level
you
you
know,
are. Yeah.
And which probably explains there were a lot of six packs walking around, and I was like, I'll just keep my shirt on.
It's so funny. Hey? Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was-
some people live and breathe it 24/7, right?
Yeah.
7
Yep.
days a week, right? And it's it's amazing what you can achieve when you do that.
Yeah.
for
But also
sure.
too, they came from far and wide. Like the two women came from Northern Territory
Oh wow.
down to, and then
Yeah.
there was one
Wait, what were the names?
Mandy.
Mandy. Yeah, I know Mandy.
Hannon.
I don't know. I don't want her last name.
I forget her last name as well,
Yeah.
but
Mandy.
because
Yeah.
I lived up there for a couple of months,
Okay,
and I trained with her. Yeah,
Mandy.
she's
and then
really good.
Faith. What was her last name? It started with yeah.
Okay, I'm not
H-
sure. Who
yeah,
that is,
Faith.
yeah.
And
But
then,
they both came from. I think it was actually the same
They were-
CrossFit box as well.
yeah.
Whether
They were from Northern Territory,
Northern
and
Territory,
the other one was
Yeah.
from Brisbane.
Brisbane local, and the other one was from Port Macquarie.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're spread all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Were you the only Sydney? So you would have been the only Sydney person then
In
your
her category,
category,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So Amanda,
So
Amanda, where did you place?
second.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Very good. Was
So
it
it was
close to the first
Yes.
one?
Yeah.
It would have been seconds, hey?
Yes.
Yeah, it would have been
Yeah.
seconds,
Yes.
and I didn't know. I was watching the wrong lane. Like, well, not the. I was like, I had the eyes on the lane, and then
Yeah.
I think Faith pipped me by
Yeah,
like a couple
yeah.
seconds. I was like, oh, it was just running. to
Was
the
it, I was
line.
just going to say, was
Yeah.
it a run to the finish line?
Yeah, and I didn't like. Yeah. So it was close, and then the second
Yeah.
one.
Did
was,
that wait? Did that fire you up a little bit then when you missed out with a few seconds?
Yeah, I was like, oh crap, like a little bit, but
Yeah.
all good.
But
Um,
yeah, Syl's like the ladies' bar work. So in a Chester bar, that's where Syl,
Did
was
well,
straight.
yeah?
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
yeah, anything on a bar or gymnastic-y. Well, other than
In-
handstands. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that was
that's a
good.
bit of a strength for you, for sure.
Yep.
All right, second workout. So 2 events on the first day,
Yeah,
on the
and
Friday.
Second one was clean and jerk, 1 rep max.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, and I was a bit like, well, we don't often do them here as much, like the 1 rep.
Not a max.
Yeah.
We
No.
almost never do a max
yeah,
here.
and
yeah.
I never do them either. Like,
Yeah.
anyway, kind of thing. So I was like, oh, I just had an idea, and that same thing was warm up. It was like, this is the weight that I want to do at least, hopefully, and
Oh.
anything on top is bonus.
So you did that weight in the warm up?
Yeah,
what
I
was
think
that?
I did. Like, what did I?
150.
No, I did.
45.
I said I don't. Did I do that in the warm up? I don't even know. I think I did 135. 135. I said I'm happy.
Wait, were you lifting in pounds up there or
Yes,
kilos?
pounds.
Oh, they kept it in pounds. Okay.
Yeah.
So your previous PB in the gym is around 135,
145. 145 maybe.
Yeah.
clean and jerk.
And you did 135 or maybe 145 in the warm up.
In the warm up, I
Yeah.
got to there and I was like, it feels pretty good. And then we got out there and we had 6 minutes, which is a long time.
Long time.
And then I think I did 5 or 6 lifts. I did.
Did you
one-
power clean as well?
Yeah, I did them all.
So
like,
you get it's a lot
yeah.
easier to manage in the time. then.
Yeah, and then I got to 150, which was
Awesome.
a PB for me.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and when I did it, I was like, oh,
That felt good.
I
That-
probably could have done another. Like,
Yeah,
probably
the-
could have gone maybe another
Yeah.
5 pounds. But then I think
the
the
rep
time,
looked cleaner at 150 than it did at 145.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Because you power clean push jerked it, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
Yeah. So how many lifts did you do, you reckon, in the 6 minutes? Do you remember?
I think like 5. I did like
Roughly one a
there-
minute.
Yeah. Like I wasn't gassed or anything. It was just like, oh. So if looking back, I don't know if I would have maybe I should have practiced it. I don't know it's hard to do the times. So some people only did like 2 or 3 lifts, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you squat clean
Yeah.
and split jerk
Yeah.
and it's your max,
Yeah.
6 minutes is not a lot of time.
Yeah.
I'd say 3 lifts would be very good.
Yeah.
But if you power clean push jerk and it's a little bit more technique thing,
Yeah.
you'd be, yeah.
So I was just like
And where did you place then? Do you know?
4th?
Equal fourth.
I can't remember.
Okay, so a little bit
Equal-
lower out of
Yeah,
the
and
5,
I wasn't
But
expecting
some of those women were amazing. Like,
They were
strong.
like,
Yeah.
like they did, what was it? Clean and jerked 175 pounds was, I think, the winning
Yeah,
rate
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty good. That's a little bit,
for
yeah,
women who
Yeah.
are 50 plus.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's
it's
quite
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I was like, oh, if I can clean it, like for me, my strength is the jerk. Like if I can clean it, there's usually
gotta
no
get
problem
it.
with the jerk. So, but I was just going to power clean. So that was good. So day 1 was awesome because I did like
8
8 minutes of work. Like,
Yeah, and 6 out of those minutes were like
We're
5
standing around.
lifts.
yeah. So I was like, okay, just
Yeah.
ease into this comp is all good, right? Like day 1 was good. Yeah.
So you guys kind of did it a little bit different than the open individual category because they had a very endurance-based first day.
Yeah, they did.
Whereas you guys did the short
They
stuff.
did
and
all
they
the
weren't.
triathlon.
So they kind of switched it around.
Yeah.
and-
So I
But
think
I must
probably
say, in the
logistically.
triathlon, the team people for elite team were running at 1K and the masters were running at 2K.
Oh.
the elite teams.
Oh, it's because they have to get through all of the team members. It just takes so long.
I know. But I was like, how come we're running more than the young people? Like, it made no sense. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So what was the recovery protocol for day 1 then after your 8 minutes of work?
Kelly.
Did you go straight to the bar on the first day? No.
No. We went straight to the bar on the Thursday before.
Oh, the day before.
Oh, that was yeah. Oh, yeah, that was going in. Yeah, that
Going
was
in.
scooter day.
That was a scooter day.
Yeah, we
Oh, you had
yeah,
the city scooters.
Yeah,
totally.
they're amazing.
Yeah, Brisbane's so good, hey?
Yeah, they should have
Oh.
them here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did a bit of sightseeing in Brisbane on them, or
Yeah, just
cruise
along
around?
the water. Like,
If
yeah.
we jump forward, we actually, day 1, she had to, on the Thursday when we arrived, we had to go and just check her in.
Oh yeah.
And she had to get all of her, registration pack. And then we just did a bit of a loop around to
Yeah.
just get it all sorted.
Yeah, I saw heaps of people do that, and it looked beautiful. It was a beautiful day, right?
It was
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
So
Yeah. Fun times being an athlete.
Yeah.
and
I
just-
know. We're like scootering around, and then we messaged Sean Lindemann with scooters, and he was like, "I don't think that's a good idea. Free competition."
Did he tell you to wear the rugby helmet and?
Well, it comes with a helmet. Like,
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
It tells you to put
Yeah.
your helmet on, so it was good. Yeah.
So day 1,
Day
did you get to watch anything then after you? Because you finished in the morning, right?
Yeah, so
Yep.
all the masters they did it early in the morning, which
Mhm.
is great, and then you had like all afternoon to watch.
Yeah.
Or even in between your heats, like in between your things, you could go and into the stadium or
and
anywhere.
just sit wherever. Like, if there were 2
Yeah.
seats free, we're like, oh, we'll just grab those 2. Even though we
Oh,
purchased
awesome.
seats.
I was seated at numbered tickets.
Yeah. But no,
Okay.
I don't think anyone
Cared.
sort of sat where they should
Yeah.
People were moving around, and they had obviously the lanes going one way, but then when they did the clean and jerk ladder for the elite, they had it facing the other way. So we turn around and find seats that way. That was amazing.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
That's always the sickest event.
So
So
good,
what did you watch anything on day one that was awesome? Was there any standout, any athletes or any events that was exciting?
It was hard because day one for the elite athletes was
the reverse triathlon.
watching them run on treadmill
And the stadium looked pretty empty on day one.
It was Friday. I think people were still working.
It's always like that. And I was quite nervous for the event this year because obviously everything that's happened with CrossFit, not even just the pandemic, but all the stuff they've been going through. It's like, okay, this year, hopefully they pull it off well. And then we watched Torian on Friday and it's like, oh no, this isn't looking that great. But then it turned out to be an awesome weekend.
Yeah, it was good.
Good crowds.
Well, unfortunately, there was a team from Victoria that didn't make it because they got locked down.
Too late, I have quite a few friends from Victoria that were competing. And all of the ones that made it, they changed their flights. So they ended up buying 2 tickets. Because they had flights out on the Wednesday or Thursday, but then they had to fly out on Monday or Tuesday to get out.
To get out,
So it's stressful.
Yeah.
So what'd you have for dinner on Friday?
Oh, that's when we went to my sister's place.
Oh, yeah, we had chicken
salad.
Chicken and salad.
Yeah.
Healthy.
Yeah.
That was good.
Very good.
Yeah. I don't think the first day, I didn't drink that night.
No.
I drank the night.
Did you have?
Thursday?
Oh, we may have one ginger. We found. We came accustomed to ginger beer on tap, which I haven't found before, but apparently it's a thing because obviously I don't get out much. And we found they
the Brookie one or
no? Well, it was a
Yamundi.
Brisbane. It was a Brisbane brewery named
Oh.
Yamundi, or maybe even that sounds kind of Byron Bay-ish as well.
Yeah, but it
was amazing. So we had that on the Thursday down at South Bank because I said to Syl, I want to just check out a little bit of Brisbane. We've got a few hours, so we caught the train to South Bank and
it's beautiful there.
Oh, it was great. Had a beer, just
and
a ginger beer on the scooters. And then we got
awesome.
back to Torian. The first thing we see when we walk in, there's a Yamundi brewery. And I was
We're like, she's like, we could get the ginger beer here.
Hopefully you waited though, Syl, till you were done.
I didn't. Yeah, so then,
Did you sleep well on the Friday night?
I think so.
We did.
Yeah,
we had a great unit that we stayed in. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
Sometimes it's hard to sleep if you're nervous about the events, but maybe you were quite relaxed.
Yeah, I mean,
you
I think
stunk the room out with Denka rub. I think she had ice bags.
Oh yeah, things I don't normally do. I was like, all the things like the ice packs came out. I was like, maybe I'll just ice everything in between, do a little bit of stretching.
Bit of rolling.
Be an athlete.
Yeah, pretend to.
Awesome. So day 2, what event do we have there?
Day 2, we had 2 events. We had a handstand. You know the one I think people were advertising. There was
it was
a workout
named after Hannah
Hannah.
Clark.
Hannah, yep.
So that was the one.
What's your version of it? Did you do the same as the open?
Well, we did just not as long, like in terms of distance. So it was a 50-foot handstand walk, 20 toes to bar, and then kettlebell lunge, 50-foot or the same distance.
1 round?
3 rounds.
3 rounds. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
And so
How did you do in that one? Your handstand walks pretty good now, or in the field, or how was it?
I can do them.
Yep.
And they were good for me that day, but I think in the field, I think not so good. Like I think
So
others,
The other women were really.
they're
some
better.
of them were good
I
at
think they.
I think it
just
was-
don't practice enough. Yeah.
Yeah, but also too the backup of the kettlebell lunge.
Oh yeah,
You know,
I'm not a
that's-
very fast lunger either because I've got
Yeah.
short legs. So like people were passing me on the lunge.
Oh, really?
Like a little bit, and then I'd catch up on the toes to bar,
Yeah.
or a little, and then kind of on the handstands. But yeah, I think.
Did you find the lunges hard with the kettlebell on your shoulder
No,
in that workout?
no,
Was
because
it
it wasn't heavy. It was 16.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the weights.
And it was
were,
only one, wasn't it?
Yeah. So they were good.
So how would you describe that workout? What was the crux of it? Like, what was the hardest part?
I think for me, the handstand walking was the hardest.
Okay, yeah. And it probably was the same for all the women there, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't watch. You were watching while I was doing it, so
There were a couple of amazing handstand walkers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that would be the element of that workout. If you've got it, great, you're done.
You'd
because
win
people
that
can
heat,
just
yeah.
do it in one
Yeah.
kind of go, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas I by the
I
end,
think you
by
came third in that workout.
yeah, I didn't do bad.
Middle of the pack?
Yeah.
So it was good.
Yeah, nice.
And then the dreaded triathlon that.
Yeah.
Then the reverse triathlon.
So day 2,
I assume you didn't know warm up for that triathlon.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, I got back on the assault runner. I think in the warm up
In the line.
because everyone else was trying. And I was like, oh, I might as well pretend like yeah. And I was trying to figure out how fast they were going to run.
They were planning to run.
Like because they're like oh yeah, because there's a cadence, not cadence, or like how many Ks an hour, and
Yeah.
kind of thing.
And then you had to set up the bike, make sure
make sure I knew where the bike. They had a couple bikes in the warm-up area.
So we
you
just dropped it.
yeah,
All the
seat
way down.
posts, yeah, seat posts and all those.
It's about the same
Yeah.
setting as I have,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just did that, and then it wasn't too bad actually. Like I was happy with the triathlon. I was like, oh, if we had one, or if I'd done it before, I could probably pace myself a bit better. But because it was 22 minutes, I was like, I don't want to go so hard that I like die in the middle of it.
And you kind of knew you were going to work for 22 minutes.
Yeah, and
right?
I had
Like, it'd be
and I
hard
was
to
like,
finish
I'll
it.
just kind of resign myself. This is not going to be my event, so I'll just get through it, kind of thing. So it was good in the end. Yeah.
Were you flatlining it on the rower in the last minute?
No.
Like no.
Maybe in the last minute, last
Maybe.
little bit, but no different to normally. Like I just row how I normally do, which
Just
is
cruising.
like, but I think I'm a reasonable rower, like in
Yeah.
comparison. So it was like, oh, if I'd pushed a little bit, or if I'd pushed a little bit harder on the bike, I just like it's
Yeah.
hard.
It's so hard to tell, right?
Yeah.
Like looking back at that stuff, and especially because you said before, you were, let's say, 50 meters off
Yeah.
the next spot. So, but yeah, and you placed fourth in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the end of day 2, I think I dropped to the bottom.
Yeah.
I was at the bottom.
oh, you
were
were
fifth.
fifth then.
Yeah, like
Okay.
I can't remember day 1. I was maybe
Maybe 4.
2 or 3.
No, I
or was I still low? I can't remember.
Because of the one RM clean and jerk that brought you down a little bit.
Yeah, I might have
Yeah.
been 3rd or 4th
Mm.
after day 1, and then
End of day 2, she was sitting 5th.
I was sitting bottom.
Fifth,
Like,
okay.
and then it seemed like in the points it was like by quite a bit. I was like, oh.
Oh, really?
like
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought maybe with 5 athletes it would have been close in between them. But
no,
yeah.
but it's harder. Like I guess because there is 5. If there's
Yeah.
10, you
Yeah,
you don't
true.
have to. You only miss out by 10 points or something. Whereas when there's 5, it's like 100 or nothing.
Yeah.
kind of
what,
thing.
what was the scoring like? Did you get 100 points for first?
Yeah.
Okay. yes.
75,
Yeah.
50,
I can't remember.
Yeah.
25,
and it probably
15 or
drops
something
quite,
like that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it drops a lot more, like in
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's not like 1 point between each.
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
these.
So it was like
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so that was a bit of a
Yeah.
not as good a day, but yeah.
They always call Saturday moving day, but you obviously moved the wrong
She
direction.
did. She moved.
Moved a lot the wrong
I
way.
was like, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, but the mood was still good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Just
it's
enjoying
fine.
it?
Yeah.
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 We knew Sunday would be her day.
Yeah.
So I think we sort of then finished day 2 off. That's when they had the clean and jerk ladder for.
Oh yeah.
Um,
the
Oh,
teams,
yes, you got to watch
So
that.
we
and
went.
the teams during the day,
Well,
in the morning.
whilst you were running,
yeah,
I was.
we watched the girls.
Yeah, but I watched the
Okay,
boys
yeah,
whilst you were running.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. She goes, the team's clean and jerk ladders on. She goes, I might just pop away while you're running. I was like, just go. Like I'm just running on a treadmill.
You have 2 options: watch the masters run on the treadmill, or watch all the units clean and jerk.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I watched her start, and she
Yeah.
started really well.
Yeah.
And then the crowd
good.
got me.
Yeah.
So I ran into the main
And then she came
stadium.
back, and I was like on the rower, and she's like, "What? What are you doing on the rower? We weren't supposed to get here." No, yeah.
Logistically, at the stadium, there was it quick to move from the outside Masters Arena inside?
It was like 10 meters.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Is it
so
that close?
I could
That's
run
awesome.
from
it's
the
close.
the barrier where where she was competing
Yeah.
in, and you could do it very easy.
Oh, that's
it was
cool.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would have pretty much, I guess, at the clean and jerk, you would have heard the
Oh, yeah,
crowd
you-
inside.
Oh, you could
Absolutely.
totally
outside,
hear
hey?
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But then there was a lot of people watching the outside arenas as well.
There
eh?
was,
like
yeah.
you'd think, oh, there's just going to be no one watching us people at the back, but there's
Yeah.
like a lot of people
I
in
saw
and out.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think also because they have teams
The
there,
teams,
and
yes.
they always attract a lot of people,
Yeah.
right?
And
Like,
then a lot of, I guess, a lot of the boxes, like members, like
Yeah.
they just come from the community just
they
to
know
come
who's
watch.
there competing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What heat was before you and after you? Was it Masters
Yeah,
heats? Okay,
Masters,
yeah.
yeah.
So it was just
So
different.
it
age
started off
categories.
with in the triathlon, they had the 50 to 65, so everyone competed there.
Oh, okay,
Then
yeah.
it was the 40 to 50
Yeah.
category, and then the 35 to
40.
40.
Yeah, and they had 10 people per age
Yes.
category.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Clean and jerk. Yeah, what did you guys watch from the clean and jerk? That looked
So
amazing.
good. It
That was amazing.
How crazy is that?
It was all timed, kind of like a Tabata timing where you go 3, 2, 1, move.
Yeah.
Everyone had to do their moving, so you were trying to watch everyone at the one time.
Yeah.
And then people were getting knocked out and then it was
Yeah, it's like an
just-
increasing ladder, so
Yeah.
they keep moving up, and especially when they get on that last row, it's like
Yeah.
pretty serious
It
weights.
was so amazing
Yeah.
to watch, like live.
Even watching the team events, it got to the point where everyone was so pumped up. They
Yeah.
actually missed their lift, the
I
next
saw
lift.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so
There's
they
a
had
bit of
to
a
like
stuff up.
stop, reset, and go again.
Confusion was
Yeah.
Because the
was
crowd
real.
was going so mental.
The
right?
car-
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So for you guys, do you mostly watch the female clean and jerks, or are you interested in both, or like what's it?
We watched both.
Both,
Oh,
yeah.
We watched
yeah.
both out in the
Who was the
second.
most impressive person? Do you reckon?
Well, Alethea Boone.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that was a magic moment.
Is that
one-
why you power jerk everything? It's the way she does it.
No, but I normally I don't usually split jerk anyway.
Nah, she doesn't either. Her
Yeah.
power jerk is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That
her face.
lockout is
Just
just
Look, she didn't. Obviously, then you get your Cara web that makes it to the end of the ladder.
It's too light for her.
Uh,
So it's
yeah.
not that. Yeah.
But just seeing her face and seeing her reaction to the
Yeah.
lift and what
Alethea.
she, yes.
Yeah. I think she did a lifetime PB.
No, she
at
did.
her age.
Yeah.
We
at
spoke
that
to
event.
her on the
Yeah.
Sunday night.
Oh,
So
awesome.
we
Yeah.
had to
After- yeah.
in the after
Well,
party.
was that right? Was it a lifetime PB?
Yeah. She's
That's
like,
crazy.
She goes, I never thought at 37 or however, she was that.
Yeah, she said, she's in masters, the
Yeah.
masters
Yes.
category.
Yeah, so she's
and
like-
she's lifted at the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. For
Improved
New
on
Zealand,
that.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that was
that
very
was-
impressive.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Did you see Starry up there
Yep,
much?
we
yeah.
saw him
Lots.
quite a bit.
Yep.
And some of his, he had a crew of 40 or 50.
So many athletes.
So many. And he's running around. And
Yeah. I don't know how he does it all. There's just so many people to look after.
Yeah, he had some help, which was
Yeah.
good. But yeah, you just you saw him for a second, and then you're like, oh my god, I just saw you. You were here, and now you're over there.
Yeah.
Just everywhere.
He loves it though.
Yes.
Yeah. And you can tell when he's up there.
Yes.
Like it's just,
He's
yeah.
in his element.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So it was Saturday night. It ended up being a bit of a late night because not
Oh, yeah,
not
yeah.
late, like just
Because we were watching the clean and
watching
jerk.
the clean
Oh,
and
we
jerk,
stayed at the
yes,
event.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
How long did that go for? Was that
we didn't get out of the stadium until 7.
Yeah.
7 p.m.?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Yeah, that
then
is
to
late.
get back, we were a fair distance from our hotel. Like the stadium was a fair distance from our hotel.
Yeah.
We decided that we'd buy train tickets for the weekend,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
they
yeah.
closed the train lines down over the Saturday, Sunday.
Oh,
Like,
no.
damn it!
Yeah, so we end up Ubering.
Oh, okay.
So-
Well, that's
Yeah,
not too bad.
Which is
No,
fine, yeah.
yeah.
But,
Where
yeah.
were you staying?
Near South Bank.
Oh, okay,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
more
South.
that-
Yeah,
So
Brisbane.
basically middle of Sydney, really.
Yeah, where
No,
more
Brisbane.
Where more stuff was happening, or like
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit more life.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do want to ask now though, because you
Oh,
did a pretty on the Saturday. I'd say the first event is quite like muscle fatiguing, kind of strength
Yeah,
endurance,
yeah.
and then the second one is a pure endurance. What'd you eat during the day? What kind of energy did you take in?
Am I eating? What did I do on?
Uh,
Oh,
do
the
we-
salad. Was that the salad day?
No, that was the Friday, the salad day. I don't know.
But
if I
during
wanna
the
say.
during the
During the
event, did
event.
you eat anything?
Oh, we had like bananas and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
we
so-
had fruit,
Okay.
like in,
We had
in-
porridge. Well, it's not hard. You're sort of not hungry between events because they actually did fall.
Pretty quick after
Yeah,
each other.
yeah.
Yeah. So we'd eat. I'd eat something very little in the morning. Like we'd bought porridge for the morning and some fruit and stuff. And then the two events were always maybe an hour apart. Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
so there wasn't a lot of time. So it's not like you want to eat something big in between. You
Yeah.
just want to eat before, and then you could eat after, like while we were watching all the other
So you
stuff.
didn't eat anything in between the two events.
I might have had a protein shake or
Okay.
like-
no liquid carbs or anything like that, a banana or
not
anything.
a banana. Well, it might have been a banana,
Banana,
or
yeah.
some fruit.
Yeah.
Like
Mandarin,
yeah.
yeah.
Do you feel like you had good energy during the
I think so.
triathlon?
Yeah. Yeah, it was good.
Reverse
I
triathlon.
mean, yeah, the triathlon was good too. I was like, I didn't walk any of it, so I was like, yes.
That's a win.
I started running. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try and not walk because
Yeah.
that might be embarrassing. And on day 2 with the triathlon, I made a conscious effort not to wear the Mona gym. I didn't wear anything. I was like, I'll wear it on day 1. Day 3, I have 2 singlets with the Mona gym. On day 2, I'll just be anonymous, not representing anyone.
Oh, you had
Just
to
wear
wear
all
yeah.
black.
Well, you had to wear a touch of pink for the hand.
Oh yeah. So
Ah,
I
for
wore
the
pink.
hand
So
one,
I
yeah.
wore pink, but I just didn't
Yeah.
wear any. Yeah, it was pretty funny. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't think. Yeah. So I didn't do that.
That's funny.
And then
like-
I think we got off and we just bought like the soup and we had a
Oh yeah, on the way home.
on
yeah,
the way
yeah,
home.
yeah,
So
yeah.
because we got off so late, it was just trying to get home, go to bed. We ended up just walking past Woolies and got like a microwave soup and
quick and easy,
Pastas
basically.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, some carbs, some protein.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you thinking a lot about what you're eating in your diet during something like this, or not
No,
really?
I haven't done a lot of comps before, but
Yeah.
in general, when I have done comps, the 1 day ones, like I don't eat a lot. Like I drink
Yeah.
more, so I'll have a protein shake or I'll maybe some liquid carbs or something just to
Yeah.
keep me going. But I don't ever really feel hungry.
You got no appetite
yeah.
during it.
So
yeah.
it's more like just drink something. So it was the same. So it's just like I've got to do it over 3 days. So at night or in the afternoon, make sure like I'm not that hungry, but I'll just go eat something.
Yeah.
yeah.
You definitely, if you don't eat a lot during the day, you definitely need a big dinner. I
Yeah,
reckon.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
At least just to recover for the next few days.
Yeah, no, so it was good. Yeah.
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 All right. So Sunday,
So Sunday coming
last
in.
couple of days, a bit
yeah.
shorter day. Was it for you guys, or did they try and?
Yeah, it wasn't a 7 o'clock finish Sunday.
No, Sunday.
No.
We were.
Yeah,
But-
everyone was done by like 5 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And you
But
came
your-
into
your
it in
workouts
last
were-
spot.
Yeah, last
Yes.
like dead last.
Were you like coming in just thinking, I'm just at least going to jump on spot, or did you
I
have?
don't know what I thought. I was like, oh, well, at least I go these workouts.
I think by
I
that
cannot-
stage you'd realised that you were competing against women that had been to the games.
Yeah,
and you
that's
were
when
like,
I went.
okay.
Ah.
Yes.
I was like, oh, okay, this is.
I understand now.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, you got a bit more respect for, I guess, your competitors, and they
Yeah.
had a bit more experience.
Yes.
Maybe.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so
And the fact that she was competing with them, I think that was just, that was in the forefront. Like,
Yeah.
I'm competing with women that have been to the games. So,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, I'm not far off them. So,
Yeah,
that
that's good.
was-
yeah,
Yeah. For your first outing.
For your
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So tell me about the Sunday. What events did we have?
So we had they weren't so Sunday again was more my bag of
Yeah.
tricks kind of thing. So
Looking
we
forward
had a kind of Franish one, like a thrusters and pull-ups.
Yep.
I'm like, awesome. That was my first one.
And what was the rep scheme on this one and the weight?
So
Yeah, it was-
30 pull-ups.
That's right.
15 thrusters, 24, 12, 18, 9.
Yeah, so 3 rounds, but big
Yeah,
numbers.
Big numbers on
Big
the pull-ups.
numbers.
And
on
did
the
you have
pull-ups.
heavier weight than normal?
No,
or
just a regular,
normal weight?
like a
Okay.
normal Fran weight for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like,
65, yeah.
yeah. So I was like, this is not easy, but this is
Manageable.
totally
Yeah.
in my wheelhouse. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you hadn't ripped your hands up until
No,
this point,
no,
so
yeah,
that's
yeah,
good.
the skin was clean.
yeah, we had day 1, day 2 pictures. I'm like, ooh, look, no hands. Yeah, all good. Yeah. So this was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Did you rip them on this workout?
I did on the last set of pull-ups.
She did.
But just a little one.
Okay, yeah, so not
it was,
too bad.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
So that one was well.
And was it close heat? Were you watching other competitors?
I
or
was
were you-
watching through the first round. Someone I can't remember who it was. I could see someone.
Yep.
And then I couldn't see anyone else.
I think that was Jody. She was right up there.
Okay, for
Yeah.
down round 1.
Yeah.
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 And then
So you started to get a lead?
yeah, and then as
Yeah.
soon as I saw the lead, the first time it was my first time going, oh,
I think she came off the bar similar to you. And then I don't think she could continue with the continuous butterfly reps that you were doing
okay, yeah,
for the pull-ups. And that's where it felt
Yeah.
her event fell hard.
Yeah.
yeah, and then
Yours
so
just
So
kept
you would have
going.
been the best girl there with butterfly pull-ups.
She was.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was good.
Cool.
So I finished that, and
Finished that first.
First.
Yes,
Yes.
like I think
Like-
quite
like
quite
Daylight
bit.
second.
Oh, really?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
yeah.
So
it was-
really,
yeah.
really good.
so that one was good.
Okay. So you're not in last spot anymore?
No,
No, but I was still at the
I
bottom.
think
I'm sure.
she'd moved up to, fourth at that stage.
Okay, so jumped one spot. Yep.
But then they didn't upload the scoreboard until really, really late after.
Oh.
I'm talking once they'd done the announcement of who won. So the scoreboard wasn't updated until 5 o'clock on Sunday.
Really?
Yeah. So we were just, So we'll go to event 2 on day 2 or day
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
So then the
Last
last
event.
last event was double trouble. So it was 25 cal bike, drag rope dubs,
Drag rope.
and then dumbbells.
Welcome to a drag rope.
dumbbells
Snatches.
snatches.
Yeah.
And
2
I was-
rounds?
Yes.
2 rounds. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I can do the bike. And then when that workout got released, I
Mhm.
think the week before we left the drag rope, we were like, what's
Never
a
tried it
we're
before.
What's a
like,
drag
"What's
rope?"
a drag rope?
Yeah.
So
Did you get to try one before you?
yeah, so
Yep.
we did try. Well, while we were here, before we left for Brisbane, I think everyone was trying to explain to us what a drag rope was,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And so we're like, oh, and I found like
Wait,
my-
who explained it to you at the gym?
Sean and
It's a heavier rope. That's
or it's not so much heavier, but it's just like a thicker
thicker
rope, and
It's
Luke was
thicker,
just-
heavier, and harder to spin around.
Yeah,
It's a double.
it just
Yeah.
because it's thicker, it's harder to spin.
Mm.
And I was like, okay,
I think the reason why they do it is because so now most people that I've done CrossFit for a long time, double unders is getting kind of easy.
Easy,
I mean,
yeah.
I hate to say it,
Yeah,
it sounds
yeah,
silly,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it kind of is easy.
yeah,
But judging a triple under is very hard. So
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think they can go to a triple under.
Yeah.
So they made the rope a lot harder. So
Yeah.
there's the drag rope, and
Yeah.
then there's another rope.
Zeus. Is that the sim?
Yes, the Zeus, which is heavier.
A heavier
The drag
cable.
rope is actually not that heavier, the rope, but it spins.
It's just
I think got
fatter.
more resistance
Yeah,
in
just
the
because
air.
it's thicker.
You
It's
have to use more
harder spin.
forearm
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
opposed to just wrist action. Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, so Sean and Luke were trying to explain it to us, and then I found one of my kids
gymnastics.
like they
ropes.
just it's like a rope that they skip with, just regular. And I brought
Oh,
it
wow.
in, and I was like, is this
Is this similar?
is this similar to a drag rope? And then Luke, he goes, yeah, it's kind of like he was doing them, and I was trying them, and I like
Oh, the first one.
Yeah, I was trying. I tried for about 10 minutes, and then I finally got it a bit, and I was like, okay, if I have to do it, it means I can. Like not well, but tried it, kind of thing. And
Yeah.
then on the Thursday when we arrived at Torian, RX Smart Gear, the rope,
Yeah, the people that make the
yeah,
rope.
he was
Yep.
setting up his shop,
Yeah.
and Kel's like, "Do you have any drag ropes?"
I don't think he'd unpacked his car yet. Have you got any drag ropes handy?
Yeah.
And the guy looks at us and says, "Oh, not yet. You know, tomorrow we'll
Can I
have them."
unpack first?
Yeah.
He's like, I was like, "Oh yeah, no, we haven't tried a drag rope before." And he looked at us and went, "You haven't tried a drag rope?"
Because you've got to use one in the what? I go, I know.
I know. And then he's like, "Have you not looked at previous workouts?" And we said,
Because
"No."
they always use drag ropes in the workouts, and I was like, like,
We're not mega frothers like everyone else.
Yeah.
no, and I'm like, this is CrossFit. Expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, okay, everyone, I'll just have a go. And he goes, come.
Anyway,
Yeah, he
Come-
said,
he says, "Come back next tomorrow, and
Yeah.
I will teach you a
Oh,
few
awesome.
tricks."
he goes, I'll give you a go. You can try and
Yeah.
get you to think. So he was
So
very
w-
nice. Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
turned up, and that's our first stop on Friday morning.
Yeah,
You got a speed coaching session
yeah,
in
yeah.
the
like,
drag
and
rope.
I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, I did it so that I was comfortable saying that I could do them. Like I don't know how many in a row, but I could get them done.
Yeah.
And so that was it. Yeah. So I
So
did
how
that
did they
one.
feel during the work? So you get on the bike, which is not really fun, but I'm sure you can manage to get through the calories, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
calories was good.
How did you feel when you got on
So
the
the
rope
first
there?
set of we'd watched all the elite ones do that same workout the day before,
Yeah.
and they were doing 100 dubs instead of 50,
Yeah.
but they were doing them in sets of 20. Like they were like bending over and like trying to catch their breath. It looked horrible. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know what we only have to do 50. So I only did 10s, but the first round was really weird. Getting off the bike, I was like, your legs don't work because you have to jump higher
Yeah.
and the rope doesn't spin as fast. So it was a bit tricky.
Timing's all
yeah,
day.
yeah, it was a bit all ooh.
Yeah.
And then I think on the second round I don't know. I don't think I went as hard on the bike. So that
Probably
I
a
could do
good idea.
yeah, and
Mm.
then I could spin the rope a bit better.
So you got about 10 at a time, 10 reps.
Yeah, I think so. I
It's
did
not
10.
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I just stopped and went, okay. And then, yeah, kept going. So that was good.
Yeah.
And then the dumbbell hang snatch was good. And I think,
That was a really, I think I filmed the finish of that event, and it was quite close.
because there was,
Oh, I
there
didn't
was
see
like 3
that.
or 4,
Yeah.
there's like, I think everyone was on this and we're all kind of advancing.
Yeah.
You have to advance every 10.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And I could see
It's a
like,
bit of a race.
you didn't
Yeah,
know
it
who
was.
was, and I was just
Exciting.
like, it was trying to go faster and faster. So it was
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. And how did you end up?
She came second in that
Did I
one.
came second?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, right, yeah.
Nice. So
So,
first and second on the
first
last
and second.
day.
Yeah.
Good finish.
Yeah. So good finish. And then
Yeah.
we were just waiting to
We were
see.
just waiting to
what
see, and then
happened.
I think I was texting Sean back and forth, and then he must have then taken on the calculations, and he
Yeah.
texted back. He's like, "Based on my calculations, we think she's got third," and so we were like, "Woo!" But that didn't come out until
well after.
5 o'clock.
So they didn't do a podium or anything with you. You guys, did they?
They did an awards, and they only awarded
First place.
first place.
Oh.
Yeah.
So okay, well.
which
Well, no,
was-
yeah, that's because then the first place isn't the games qualifier spot.
No.
It's got nothing to do with
No,
that.
no,
right?
it's-
It's
yeah.
just so they just.
So none of the masters.
That's a bit of a shame. It would
none
have been
of-
nice to do a podium.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but none of the masters, none of the events outside that took place outside with the teams, the pro-am teams, none of those were games
They
qualifying.
don't matter.
that was
for
just the
that
community
next-
base.
yeah.
It's community, but
Yeah.
they were
Which
all,
is cool that they do that,
But
yeah.
they was still quite like, like when we figured out they were quite elite people
Yeah.
competing in those kind of things. Yeah,
And you're still competing for a whole week, and I think they should do it podium.
It was a little bit of an
races.
anticlimax
Yeah,
to it all,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
just because everybody was on the floor, and then they just called out first place, and so
yeah, it would have been easy just to.
first, second, third, bang, done.
Your
Put
name.
some boxes up.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I mean, running. I know
But
what it's like running
yeah.
those events. It is a nightmare. So I totally get it.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
probably just you need people to volunteer and help out and all
Yeah.
that stuff. But yeah, I think you should treat all competitors equal in the sense that you might not qualify to the games, but you're also there to compete and have fun and
Yeah.
to wrap it up at
Yeah.
the end. That's nice. Yeah. So you ended up in third.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, finished third, so it was good.
Amazing.
A nice surprise. Yeah, at the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Really good.
And then you guys went straight to the bar. That's
So
all I
Syl-
saw. It was like 5 minutes after you wrapped up.
Syl, I think, did her final snatch. Event was over, and then literally the Yamundi bar was opposite where she was snatching, and that's where she was
Yeah.
with her towel, with her drink bottle, with her ginger beer.
Yeah, it was good.
And did you go in and watch the individuals and stuff to
Yes.
finish up? Yeah.
Yes.
We watched
Yeah.
all. And then like Syl came on the last day.
Yeah, she did.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Yeah.
And Bridge and Dathan were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was good.
Yeah.
We just sat
Good
together
event.
and just watched. Yeah, it was amazing. Like the atmosphere in there it's so much. Like I mean, usually when they stream it, it's quite exciting. Like
Yeah.
those kind of events. But I think the stadium is very intimate. Like it's
The
quite.
tennis center. It's very.
I've heard
you're
it's really
on
good
top
there.
of one
Yeah,
another.
so good.
Yeah,
like you're so good, and you can. It doesn't matter where you're sitting. You can just see. It's so crystal clear. Like it was
Yeah.
very good.
And it's a different atmosphere. I mean, a lot of sports now I prefer to watch on TV because it is like you just see it better. But CrossFit events like that, it's definitely better
Yeah,
live. It's a
yeah.
completely different atmosphere. And yeah, we were. I mean, when we used to watch it, we just sit and bet on every heat. Just like even the lowest heats, you
Yeah.
just bet on who's going to win, and you have no idea.
Yeah.
Just doing all these random bets.
But it was good. Like the last day for the elite was the sled pull, so that was,
That was
you
a
know,
sick
that was
event.
really
Yeah,
good, and that
yeah.
was very you know, because you had to do 4 rounds and there was a break, and
Yeah.
that was
There was a lot of movement in placings on that last day with that
Yeah.
with those workouts. Like there was a lot of movement in
Yeah.
all of them. Yeah.
That's one of the best events I've seen.
Yeah.
The ski erg burpees and
Yep.
yeah.
I've never seen athletes at that level kind of, you know, if they've just missed the mark on finishing the workout in their round and then they have to go back and do another round.
Yes.
I've never seen such demoralized faces.
Yes,
Just like,
yes.
yeah.
only have 5 meters left to pull
Yes.
the thing, but then now they have to go back and do all the ski cows, all
Yeah.
the burpees.
Yeah,
Yep.
that
walks
was-
over.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. That was tough.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to do that.
Yeah.
All right, so what's you got to tell us a bit. What's your biggest takeaways and lessons from the weekend? Is this giving you a taste to do more, or what do you think?
I don't know. I'm kind of like on a hiatus. I was like, after that, I was like, I quit CrossFit. no.
Everyone does that. Let me retire for a few months and
Yeah.
then see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
You've got
I'm.
the masters booked.
Yeah. Well, I haven't signed up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've got potentially that Masters League comp is in September.
Is that a live event?
It's down in Melbourne. I think
Oh, okay.
Buster. and-
Oh, that's the one you guys qualified for in the gym here
Yeah.
online. and
yeah,
then you
yeah.
go- okay.
So there's that.
Is there a few of
potentially.
you guys going? Did you say?
I think Buster, Mike White,
yeah.
myself. I think
Did Zenek and Larry and them do it?
they.
or?
I don't think they qualified from that.
Okay.
They were very close.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. It depends on who accepts and stuff. But yeah.
I mean, if it's in Melbourne as well, it's so hard to know. right?
Yeah,
Like you
yes,
just
that's hard.
so many unknowns if it's
Yeah.
going to go ahead.
So
or
yeah,
whatever.
it's there. I haven't decided what I want to do yet.
Yeah.
That was definitely. I'm very glad I went. Like, in terms of like.
Because
I-
you
when
were
I-
really unsure. Hey.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
don't know, and then, but I'm glad. I'm very glad I went. I'm very glad Kel came too, because it would have been completely different had it been like by myself.
yeah,
It would have been like,
that doesn't sound like fun at all to
like,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine me preparing for the WODs by myself anyway?
It sounds like you barely warmed up with Cal. So, like, you probably just would have rocked up straight into the heat.
I think you spent a bit more time in the
Yeah.
rehab tent than
Yeah, I did on the second day after I heard the
When it was
lady come,
free.
She was like, "It's free." I'm like, "Oh, I'll
Yeah.
go in there too and just get a little rubbed in." It was nice. Key takeaways, like I said before, like more clear, like as to why people go and compete, like even
Yeah.
the elite ones, because sometimes you're like, oh, you see people they might have gone to the games, I don't know, 4 times or something, but
Yeah.
they're not in the top 10. They always finish like 18th or whatever, and
Yeah.
you're like, I'm like, that's so much. Like, why do they keep going back?
So
Like,
much fitness and so much training for.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't like I didn't understand that, but then watching and getting that vibe when you're like live, I think, and then you're like, I get it now. They're just there to compete, but it's not necessarily to compete against Cara Saunders or
Yeah.
what kind of thing. And like Alethea, she's like, I just love, like, I can still be better than I was, even though I'm older than I was, or
Yeah.
or all that kind of stuff. And so that was amazing. So that was my
Yeah.
key takeaway, I think. And then it brought back a lot of enjoyment because I've done a few comps too where you're like, oh, that either the workouts were really hard or
Yeah.
like you feel really broken after. I felt really good, like body wise, feel
Yeah.
pretty good after it. Yeah.
I thought the events were good. Like I think what we talked about previously is that the CrossFit Masters online qualifier, that next stage
Oh,
after the Open,
yeah.
that was brutal.
Yeah.
It was
Brutal.
such hard events.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
to be done in 3 days. You know,
Oh my
that's
God.
like that's
yeah,
you need kind of like a week recovery even after that first event that you did, which
yeah,
yeah.
Like I was, 'cause looking back, I maybe wouldn't have done that
yeah.
and just trained normally. I would have felt better because I didn't feel 100% going into this either. Like into
Into the
Torian,
Torian,
because
yeah.
I'd done that and I was still like had niggles and sore and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they missed the mark there a little bit with that because I mean, I wasn't really going to do it at all,
Mhm.
but when I saw the events, I was like, yeah, it's definitely the right decision not to do it. I think 3 weeks of the Open was enough for me, but that's hopefully they mix that up a little bit next year
Yeah.
because they basically just did the Open category individual
Yeah,
workouts,
yeah.
whereas previously they've done separate workouts for the Masters, which I think is the right way to go.
Yeah, like
Mm.
completely
yeah.
different movements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just ignore all the don't even do versions of the Open
Yeah.
individual workouts. Just
Just do it
something completely new.
Yeah.
Like even the box jump, overhead squat box jump
Yeah,
one,
30
which,
inches
like,
for like
yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't even do a step up on a 30-inch box.
Yeah.
I think
No, I think the yeah.
yeah.
So that one was that was tricky.
Yeah. So what's the motivation like now after you went and watched that
Yeah.
and
Oh,
go back
yeah.
into the gym and
Come
train?
train and go do masters.
I think I visited the outlets, so like the apparel
The shops.
a bit up there. But yeah, it definitely it brings out that motivation again. You know, like you said, you kind of lose it a little bit when you are here and you've got other things in your life that take over, and you lose that enjoyment of doing CrossFit. You know that you do it, and you come and you set up and you do your workouts, but you just when you go and you're competing in an event, it just brings out that enjoyment and
Yeah.
the reason why you train, which is what a lot of CrossFit athletes have been athletes in a previous lifetime.
Previously, yeah.
And that's where CrossFit comes in, and you train for a purpose, and that's
Yeah.
what I like about CrossFit. You're training for something.
Yeah. Fires up that competitive edge
It
a little
does,
bit. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. Even just watching Torian, because I'm up and down with the motivation, and even just watching that, I've got no interest in competing at that level again, but it does kick me in the butt a bit to like come in the gym and okay, I got to
Yeah.
at least do.
Yeah,
But you're
know,
doing
do
aren't
half
you doing,
decent.
yeah, aren't you doing the one in is there one in August? The Paris
No,
one?
no, I'm not doing.
You're not doing it?
Nah.
Oh, I thought you were.
Oh,
Okay.
Sean's trying to convince me to do it. No, I'm not really interested. Sean and Jesse are doing
Okay,
it, and,
yeah. And Darius?
Darius and Maddie.
Okay.
Maddie Cav,
Okay,
yeah.
I thought I
Yeah.
heard your name. I thought someone said, "Oh, Kimberly's gonna." I said, "Awesome." Yeah.
I think I need a bit more. Next Open, I think. It did look fun with Torian though. It's
Yeah.
when you like I said, when you
Yeah.
watch it, it just like
Yeah.
the level is just unbelievable now.
Yep.
Especially watching the boys do the clean and jerks. How many guys, I've got no idea who they are, and they're like getting way up the ladder
Yeah.
at these weights that are just like, oh, I think it'd break me in half even just looking at that.
I know,
Yeah.
yeah, it's incredible. Isn't like
But
and-
then, like, you're seeing that, you know, obviously it takes a lot to do your clean and jerk, but then turning it around and seeing it on a sled pull, which is an endurance event,
Yeah.
and you just, like, that was amazing as well.
Such impressive athletes. I think I've said that before. The CrossFit athletes at that level, they train so hard and they get paid no money. It's like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
type of athletes they are compared to the return, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super,
was
super
awesome.
impressive.
So
Yeah.
much fun.
So are you feeling like you want to try and do the Masters next year in the sense of trying to go to the games? Because you're still kind of at the bottom of your age bracket, so that's
I
good.
am. Yeah, no, I don't know. I think at the moment I'm happy with like I never expected to do as well. Like this is definitely like I don't know if it's like a bucket, like awesome.
Yeah.
And I've done the like the Open before, and I've never like I've always been kind of on the edge. Like when they used to take the top 200, I'd be 204 or something, and
Yeah.
or 300, or I never got in that kind of. So this year is the first year I actually qualified to do the qualifying bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, would I like to go to the games? Maybe. I don't know. Having gone through this weekend and seeing like what
It
you
could-
need you need to do,
Yeah.
maybe I was like, I might be able to. I don't know. I think you have to think about those are. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
that goes into that. I think like you'd want to do it properly. Like you're all in or
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
we were hearing just when we were at the after party, that was like $15,000 minimum for the games this year.
because they've got a quarantine.
Quarantine and
Cost of it, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we
That's-
didn't quarantine. I think I spent 10 grand on my trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think like was it
It's-
Lethea that was
yeah.
saying? Yeah. So she's
Mm.
like,
Not sure if she was going to go.
Yeah.
But wait, you don't have to. Oh, yeah. You don't have to quarantine going into the US, but
when
you
you
got to
come
quarantine
back-
coming back.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. That's
So
that
it's
does
just
add up.
an added.
And then quarantine 2 weeks back here can't work. Obviously, well,
Yeah.
probably can't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's-
super expensive. This is definitely not the year, I would say, but
Yeah.
but if it goes back to a bit more normal times,
Yeah. But no, still happy to just have a go at the Open and
Yeah.
See what
and
comes
see
of
what.
it.
Yeah, you never know.
and maybe come back and defend your Torian spot next
Yeah,
year.
maybe. As long it's still no wall balls at all.
Still no
the whole
wall-
it'd been like 6 months no wall balls.
I know.
I was like,
Yeah, I know. It's been so good.
yeah, I was like, oh,
Not really any wall balls, not heavy deadlifts,
Yeah.
and
And
little
then,
to no
and then next
rowing.
year's will be Karen.
yeah.
Yeah, don't sign me up for that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like maybe I would go back to teams if they got rid of the worm, but because the worm looks awful.
Yeah.
Being a shorter person on that, I think you get buried.
Yes.
Yeah.
Squashed.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, so it might be a competitive peak, but I want to go back then and say, like, how long have you done CrossFit now?
probably almost. When was the first Open? You've done every Open.
Yeah, 2011.
So I did 2012.
Oh, okay.
I've done every Open.
So you were a different gym before.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've done every Open bar 2. I had knee surgery.
Yeah.
And one was
You're
the year
away.
I was away, like
You're in
2019.
Japan.
I went to Canada.
Canada.
That was the
okay,
year
yeah.
that they had it in the October. You know that 1 year.
Yeah, the
So I
late
mi-
year.
yeah, that
the
league,
year
so
they
I
had
mi-
2 opens.
Yeah, so I missed
Yes.
one of the ones of the 2.
Yeah.
And I missed one from knee surgery, but I've done every other Open.
Yeah, wow. So you keep
So long.
improving. That's good.
Well,
Her age keeps getting.
yeah,
Yeah.
improving. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess so. A little bit, kind of.
So
yeah.
did you guys train together before you came here?
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. I kind
all-
of knew that.
There's a
Yeah,
whole bunch
yeah.
of us. Johnny.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Farah,
forget
the
that
Woods.
everyone kind of came
Yeah.
from.
So, but we've
different
been here
gyms. Yeah.
3 years, 3 and a bit years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? So have you done it that long as well, Cal?
I
13
would
or
have.
14? I
I
don't know.
think I started. I think my first Open was 2014. Yes. my
Dang. So you
son-
both have done it for that like quite a long
Yeah.
time.
I have
Yeah.
missed a few years. I also had knee surgery, and then didn't do it this year. I
The
don't think
Open,
I,
yeah.
didn't do
And
it
we've
last
done a
year.
few comps before. You know,
comps.
like
Yeah.
the All Star affiliate when they back
Oh,
in the day
yeah,
and
yeah.
those things. Yeah.
At Homebush?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That big white tent. So
Yes.
Yeah.
it's,
So
Yeah.
we were
it's
we've
actually-
always
dome.
when we
Yeah.
did compete previously, it was always like big on the team. The team things are
Teams.
fun, right?
so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm so much more
Yeah.
motivated to do something for someone else
Yeah.
than for myself, kind of thing. You know, like
Yeah.
if I know someone needs me to get it done, I'll get it done. Yeah.
Could maybe get a masters team together for Torian.
That would be amazing.
We talked about that one year with Kylie and Hannah and stuff, but it just never came to fruition. But yeah, I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I didn't know they still did
Yeah,
that.
they had masters teams. there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
for sure.
sounds awesome. Maybe that'd be something for me. We'll see. All right. Thanks so much, and
Awesome.
thanks for representing the Mono Gym at the
Yay.
competitive front.
Except for day 2. Except for day 2. I did.
yeah, that's right. Except for on the
For moving day.
runner. Guys, if you listen to this, we have social night on next Saturday. Is it next Saturday?
Yeah.
It is,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, and Tash put on the Facebook group a link to go and vote for the awards. So make sure you
do
go
that.
on there and
That's what I
vote.
do that, yeah.
Have you guys voted yet?
No,
Not
I
yet.
had I started to, and then I was like, no, I need to have a proper think about this. And
You can just vote for yourself for all of them.
no, I want to think about it. Do it properly.
Yeah, same. I haven't voted yet
Yeah,
either
and
because
then the
it's
question-
hard.
And then I was like,
I'm not
oh,
sure,
I've got to
best
go back and
dressed.
think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah.
Do it properly. Yeah.
And then it's hard to know the people that's not in. I train 4:30 every day. I don't train in the morning. I know the people there, but I don't
Okay,
really
yeah.
I feel like I don't
Yeah,
know
well,
if
that's like we train 5:30 in the morning. So
Yeah.
yeah. I do the
Yeah.
odd afternoon. I try and do it a little bit.
because obviously your
Kinda
tendency would be to vote someone that you train with a lot, right? Because
That
you
you know
know
of.
what
Oh,
they're
you go, you
like.
see them more. Yeah.
Yeah. But guys,
Okay.
regardless of if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
unsure or not, go and vote.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
It's mostly just for
get
fun.
Yeah,
involved.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
absolutely yeah. Sweet. All right, guys. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks, guys.
Talk to you next one.
Bye.
To watch more videos like this, you can click the next one right up here. And if you want to subscribe, click the link down here.